There's several teams that are trying to get his services, and it's not about the money aspect of it. It's about the rehabilitation of the so-called bad reputation of OBJ. When you look at this situation for him, the New England Patriots are right there, the Kansas City Chiefs are right there, as well as the Green Bay Packers. In the end, the best spot for him would probably be Kansas City. I hate to say that and have our producer, James, all fired up, and then it doesn't go that way, and then all of a sudden we have to look for him.
So, Jeremy, let's make the news even hotter. Where should OBJ go, in your opinion?
I'm with Key on the Chiefs because they're struggling. Like, they need a catalyst, and if he goes there and they start playing well, all of a sudden he gets more credit than maybe he even deserves, right? He's the guy. He changed things for them. And so they're searching as an offense. And when you're averaging 3.8 yards per play like they did last week against the Packers, you got a problem. And so that's where I think he'll end up. But, the Packers feel pretty good. Like, they like their chances.
What if he goes to KC and they don't end up playing better? They end up playing the same.
Yeah.
Then where's your opinion on OBJ?
Well, I would say this. This is obviously hot news, as everyone said. The Packers make the most sense, but the fan in me, I want to see him go to KC. I think that would be so much fun to see him with Mahomes. At any rate, he should go somewhere where he has a great quarterback for the first time.
Right, and Andy Reid, at the very least, he has created ways to get guys the ball. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not going to be a situation where, you target him 2 or 3 times like in Cleveland. Like, he's going to get chances. He'll get screens. He'll get some easy plays that he can get some yards out of.
And I don't want to belabor this, but think about it, Jay. There's an average of probably 60 plays, right, Jeremy, in a game? 60, 65?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Of an offensive side of the ball. For you to get 1 or 2 targets,
it's ridiculous.
That's an insult to that. Just
I hear
doesn't even make no damn sense.
Well, 2 targets, 12 yards. And Devontae Adams, you got at least 2 for 12. Aaron Rodgers being fined less for violating COVID protocols than what CeeDee Lamb was fined for having his jersey untucked. Hot news or not news, Jeremy Fowler?
It's fairly hot news, but it's predictable news, right? Like, we know the NFL fine system. You get hit for the minutia. That's what happens here. The fine for the COVID was more uniform. Like, that's what, if you violate, that's kind of what you get. Like, Alan Lazard, his teammate, got the same fine. So, I would go lukewarm news on that.
Yeah, I would say it's not hot news to me because I've been fined many times for uniform violations. It's just like the COVID situation. There's a protocol as well on the uniforms as there is on COVID. You follow the damn rules, you don't get fined. The numbers are there. Hey,
it's automatic.
First offense, you throw a ball in the stands, it was $2,500. Second time, 5 G's. Next time, it jumped all the way up to like 25 G's. So you know what it is.
So do it twice, not 3 times, basically.
Well, I did it twice, and I never did it again.
I'll say it's hot news just from the fan perspective because it feels like the repercussion doesn't equal the crime, right? Like, and from like the big story that everybody's been talking about for the past week and a half, then you see the fine, and you're like, how does that? Those don't correlate. Those don't go together for as much of a stir that we made about it.
Yeah.
Jeremy Fowler, ESPN senior NFL reporter, with us on Keyshawn, JWill and Max, ESPN Radio, Sirius XM Channel 80. Jeremy, Russell Wilson looks pretty good at practice. Hot news or not news?
I'm going to go not news. The hot news was Monday when he released that hype video that it's time to come back, which I thought was hilarious because the Seahawks probably wanted to draw this out. Like, why are you saying on Monday you're going to play? We want the mystery of you maybe not playing by Saturday or Sunday. So I thought it was hot news when it came out. But the Seattle knew that he was going to come back smoothly. Like, they felt.
Joe Flacco will be the backup, Jeremy. Hot news or not news?
I'm going to go not news. Zach Wilson's still not healthy. I think when he's healthy, he'll be the guy. There's a lot of drama around Mike White taking his job. I don't buy it. After asking around, it's kind of the concept was kind of laughed at to me. Zach's their guy. They're going to play him. I think it's not news. I could be wrong, but my sense is that when Wilson's healthy, he'll be in there.
It is hot news to me as a former player when you see somebody who has the opportunity and the potential to be good and he doesn't get the real opportunity. It becomes hot news inside the locker room because I'm now looking at a guy and saying to myself, if he was playing, we would be better. And I went through a similar situation with the Jets, ironically, when we had Rick Meyer, but Ray Lucas was better, and we waited too long to play Ray Lucas, and we lost out on the playoff bid. because Ray was actually better than Rick Meyer, but
Lucas.
for whatever reason, based on the money and everything, we made a decision
that's a good point.
not to play Rick. And I think the Jets are going to make the same decision because of the money and where they drafted him, that Zach Wilson gets the full opportunity.
Okay.
Even though Mike White is probably better.
I'm going to change my answer.
Can I be real about
That's
this?
hot news. Yeah.
This is not news. Nobody else cares about the Jets other than Jets fans. Like
that might be true.
People around the nation are not talking about whether Mike White deserves to start. Like nobody
But
else is
here's
talking
what
about, unless you're an NFL insider or a former player. Nobody else pays attention to it.
Here's what I would say, though, Jay, where you're wrong at. As crazy as it may sound, the New York Jets got a huge fan base across the country.
Yeah, just because New York are
Because it's
spread
New
out.
York is spread out.
I will say this: with certain teams that have been traditionally bad, if you tweet about them or have news about them, Jets and Browns, those two garner a huge.
Because the fan base is so
So,
thirsty.
Nobody other than Jets fans.
But
I
huge,
said Jets.
though. But
Fine,
huge.
fine.
You know
fan
why
base.
this is hot
Jets
news?
fans.
No, this is not news yet. Let me tell you when it gets to be news, if and when. If Mike White beats the Bills, and now the Jets have to look, wait a minute.
Don't do that to
We're
my Bills.
beating good teams with this guy. Now, all of a sudden, they start to face
Can you imagine
choices.
the Bills losing
Hey,
to the Jags and the Jets back to back?
Stop, Jeremy.
They had the Colts kind of like, until he got hurt. They had him 7-7 on the ropes. 7-7, then he got hurt.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.